Hello guys, welcome to GizzyFix. So about 8 months ago, I actually tried my hand at retrobrighting. Now, if you're not sure what that is, it's a process to reverse the aging and the yellowing that you see on most games consoles. See the plastic starts to sun dye, it starts to go yellow. Some people like that because it denotes that the console's actually aged, but it can be a little bit unsightly. So I tried my hand at actually de-aging it. Now what you do is expose the plastic to a substance called hydrogen peroxide. Essentially it's hair dye, hair bleach. But it does the same thing. Now, when you couple that with UV light, even just like the sun, you'll actually start to reverse that process of the plastic. Now, the key thing here is I've heard that the process doesn't last as long. And what will happen over time is the plastic will just return to that normal color, pretty much like you never even really did it. Now, what we're going to see here is whether or not that's true. My little Game Boy clock that I made, that has been exposed to sunlight in the room. Now, I also did it to my Sega Dreamcast and my Super Nintendo because they were really yellowed quite badly. The Super Nintendo especially. There's loads of different sort of ways. There's like the evaporation technique. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that, but I'll show you the two methods that I tried, the sort of varying results that I got and what prompted me to then go and try other things pretty much. And also what we'll do at the end of the video, we'll have a look now after about 8 months of actually doing it and see how the plastics fared, because 8 months is not a huge amount of time, especially for retro consoles. If that process is just going to reverse, then kind of what's the point? Potentially hazardous because you're working with UV, you're working with, slightly hazardous chemicals. They're not particularly dangerous, but you still got to respect them. So I thought it'd be quite cool to do a video where we can actually see how that's held up over about 8 months with varying degrees of UV exposure. So it'd be interesting to see the difference between the two and whether or not it's actually a process worth doing. Pretty much. And also what some of the pitfalls are. But yeah, without further ado, let's have a quick look at my process, what I did, and the results I got. Let's have a look. Right, so here we are, guys. I opened up my Super Nintendo and oh my god, it's filthy. So I might as well do that as well as the Dreamcast and the Game Boy and a few other bits and bobs and the SNES controller. What you're looking to do is basically put it into a tub, loads of tin foil to reflect all the light, and that's my UV strip going around it. As I've alluded to, I didn't have enough UV strength in those lights. It was only battery operated, but you live and learn. But this is what you're going to have to use, hydrogen peroxide. Notice I'm wearing gloves because you don't want to get it on your skin and leave it on your skin. It is hazardous. This is not an instructional video. This is rather just showing you what I did. If you want instructions, then please check the internet. I don't accept any responsibility. If you do this and hurt yourself, I've told you not to do it. So anyways, they're my results. And as you can see, I left it 24 hours and basically not that different. The UV light wasn't strong enough. And I'm also going to try the cream. So this cream is basically what hairdressers use. You stick it in a Ziploc bag, leave it out in the sun, and that's pretty much it. You just wait until it does what it needs to. Now you've got to gauge it. And these were the results after about a day. Really, really good. The only thing that happened was I left too much on certain parts of the plastic and you'll notice that it's gone patchy. Now that can happen as well because of the bag was stuck to it, so it allows different amounts of light. So I think the results speak for themselves. The only downside to this method is you get patchy elements on the plastic, as you can see there on the top Game Boy. If I was using the submersion method and using a very strong UV light, I would have had a more uniform look. But let's have a look now at what they look like after about 8 months in varying UV levels. Right then guys, welcome. Let's have a look and see. So this is about 8 months after I did the initial retrobrighting that you saw with the cream. That cream that I used because I didn't get enough chemical effect just using the liquid. It wasn't the liquid I used, it just wasn't a strong enough UV, but you live and learn. So let's see how they've actually fared and in what environment. So luckily I've had one out on display because I actually had a spare shell and I've turned it into a clock. Pretty rubbish, but not bad, but I still use it. And the other two have been boxed. So we're going to see if there's actually been any discernible difference. First one I did was the Game Boy here. Now I'm just going to show it like that. Now I think it has started to fade somewhat. I think you can see some more discoloration here. I'll show it closer to the camera in a minute. And the back plate here, I did actually retro bright. So you can see the colouring. There's a noticeable gap here, down there. Maybe this is where light isn't getting to, down here. Take it with a pinch of salt as far as the effect of it. It'd be interesting to see what these two, I genuinely haven't seen what these two look like. My little dog's trying to get in. I'm going to let him in. Come here, buddy. You want to come in? No, what? You're all right, bud. Okay. Thanks, kids. Bless you. You okay? Yeah? Good boy. I'll just hold it up. So that's pretty much from that bright, light that's almost about 400,000 lumens. You can see there, hopefully you can see that. That's it. Go on then. Go on then. Good boy. Sorry about that. Right, let's have a look at the Dreamcast, because I am actually curious about what this looks like as well. I think I packed this away quite well. Yeah, I did. Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, it's faded. 100%. That was not as bright. And I've also done the GDMU mod on this. I'd hazard a guess to say that that has basically returned to what it was like. The only good thing is it's quite uniform. This one, when I applied it, I must have applied it fairly evenly to get quite a uniform effect. This had no sun on it. I've been pretty lax on my Sega Dreamcast gaming, so I haven't played this and had this out since I retrobrighted it, about 8 months. But so I'm not holding out much hope for the Super Nintendo. I'll put that back later. No playing it, kid. All right. You're a hardcore Dreamcast fan. Yeah, I just caught a glimpse of it there. Not great. Not too bad. I was expecting a lot worse. Yeah, see, you can see the discoloration there because of where I applied. It was too thick here and it was getting too much sun. So I just got sun discoloration. Not ideal, but it was the first time I did it and this was quite yellowed. I probably wouldn't do it. If I had known that they were going to return to this, and I'm kind of, now I've just got to kind of live with this discoloration anyways, I probably wouldn't try it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's worth it. If the process lasted longer, but this is about 8 months, it's not a massive amount of time, really, in the grand scheme of, sort of vintage gaming. It could have been something I did. I tried to research it as much as possible. It could have been the way I applied it, how I applied it, for the length of time, everything like that. But you've got to be careful not to overdo it because you can kind of over bleach it. But there we go. Hopefully that's given you some food for thought, guys. If you're thinking of trying it, that's everything. You saw how I did it. You saw my results from the first time I did it with just the liquid. But I had very, very weak UV lights. Then again, if you're going to do it, I would do it outside. Just use the sun. It doesn't even need to be a bright day. UV light comes through the clouds. It can be a cloudy day. Those UV rays will hit it. You might not get a huge amount of evaporation if it's a bit of a chilly day. But for me, now I've tried it, I wouldn't bother. Just let your consoles grow old gracefully. Save yourself some money. Just embrace the yellow. What I'm hoping now is I haven't caused the plastic to age quicker than it otherwise would have done if I hadn't have done it. That's my mistake to learn, and hopefully maybe you can learn from my mistakes as well. So yeah, there we are, guys. Hopefully that was good food for thought for you. Sorry, a rough and ready video. And you got to see Gizmo, so every cloud, so cool. Cool. That's pretty much it, guys. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're doing well. And who knows, maybe I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.